What up, world? What up, media? I am Drewize, and this is Drewize Topics. Thank you for clicking on this particular topic this morning, and thank you for viewing my previous videos here on YouTube called Drewize Topics. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I'm here to tell you that the world will know my name, and the world leaders will definitely know my name. You and whoever else that lives in today's world will know that I speak truth and I haven't said nothing wrong on this channel. So, on that note, after the video gets done, after I get done discussing this, please subscribe, tell others about me, and spread it from mouth to mouth, ear to ear, whatever. Now, topic is this morning I wanted to get into that I believe, that some men, that chooses to be part of children's lives that's not biological to them, be a role model, be a influence, to the children that do not belong to the man. Now, topic is, you as a man can still teach the children that do not belong to you biological. You still can teach the children what they need to know. That is true. Yes. Okay. The reason why I say that, because some of us children grow up in single parent households, like myself. I'm part of that percentage of black children, grew up, been raised by a single parent. I'm part of that. Ifs and the buts. I'm not ashamed of it. Today's time, the world we live in, the world we witness, you see more and more young mothers are raising children by themselves as mother and father. I see it myself, that I can relate, that I can speak on it. Now, my mother, she been raised with her siblings, with two parents in one household, under one roof. Now, make my story short. When my mother met my father, then I came along. My mother was not married to my father. Now, when my brother came along, then my mother got married to my father. When my sister came along, my mother got divorced. My mother was young when she had us. My mother was young when she had me. She was 17 years old. She had to come out of school, like some mothers do, have to come and drop out of high school to take care of that child. It's a fact. It's a fact. My mother had to work, Then she went back to school to get her GED, took classes, things of that nature. Went to college, and working on going back to college. I don't hate my mother, and I don't down my mother. I appreciate what she have done, regardless what men she choose to mess with. Regardless. But at the same time, she was still able to sit down with us and do homework, read some scriptures of the Bible, you know, and teach us the names of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. That's it. You know? But at the same time, I didn't have no man, you know, like that come in the home and teach me truth. No. And show me this and that. Now, my father, honestly, he was in and out. Because he met another woman, got married to her, had 2 other children. And we categorize as ourselves as 3 children by him as outside children. You know? Truly, my father may show me the art of lifting weights and things of that nature. You know? But actually tell me truth of this and this and that? No. No man showed us that my mother chose to deal with. Not even her boyfriend she chose to deal with. None. You know? I can remember one boyfriend she had. He was biracial. And I would catch him in the living room doing push-ups, whatever. That's something. Because I was always shown as a young person, as a young black child, of this is the way how I think how a man should look to be physically in shape. That's another story. But the topic is, even when a man is not biological of a bloodline to the children, you are still able to teach the children truth and get them to learn something. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. If some damn father, biological father to that child say, don't do that to my children. I am the one. I am the father. That father is ignorant. You know? Don't, you know, look at it like, okay, he's the father, you know, that's his job. But at the same time, as a man, sometimes that father don't know what you know, of a teaching, of a truth that father don't know. You know? For real. Like me, for example, I have 2 baby mothers. Judge me later. My first baby mother, my son's mother, she has other children. I went to my son's football game. You know, he plays football. He's 12 years old. He's going on 13 this year, this September. My son was playing football, and his other siblings was there. So, my son was on a little break of playing football. They was getting water, getting weigh-in, whatever they was doing. So, I took it upon myself and talked to the children, his siblings, that do not biologically belong to me. You know? I asked them a question. I said, do you know your original language? Do you know your original culture? Do you know your original religion? Do you know? And honestly, they said, no. I said, do you know who you are in God? They said, yes. You know? I said, do you know about your black self? You know, as a black child, do you know? They said, no, please tell us, Andre. That's what they call me. Because I'm the father of their brother. I told them truth about themselves as a black child, you know? And I told them children. I told his sister and his brother. Remind you, they don't belong to me biologically. But I told them straight up. I said, you can be whatever you want to be. You know? But at the same time, acknowledge God gave you the talent and the gift
to be that. And I say, regardless of anybody say, don't listen to your mother or anybody tell you otherwise, that you cannot go up and visualize and make that vision into reality. You know, I told them something. You know, I told them truth. I said, what are you learning in school? And they said, well, we learned this and we learned that, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, you need to know about your history. And they looked at me, but they looked like they never heard this before. I told my son the exact same thing. You know, my son asked me a question. You know, we was walking on Easter Sunday in the neighborhood, just walking and talking. And my son told me, he said, Dad, I can't change the world. I said, why not? You cannot change the world. He said, I have to be the president for that. I said, no, you do not have to be the president to change the world, because right now the president cannot change the condition of the people. Cannot, not whatsoever. I don't care what you say. I don't care if your best attention of common sense can say, well, if former President Obama, he tried, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he tried, but he still cannot change the condition of the people. And our current president, even though he got this ego-driven of a beast thing, he feeds off this of his saying, make America a great again. We will never be a great again. Anyways, I told my son, I say, you can change the world by how you think and how you carry yourself. I say you can be influenced to the next child, you know, in your age bracket of generation. You don't have to be the president to change the world. No, I said, what you think up in here and what you speak can change the world. You know? But at the same time, I told my son, you will have to buck up against the enemy, Satan, and some other man that will make a hard time for you because you are a black child coming up in his system of things. You know? And I told my son the truth. You know? And that's that. But see, children need role models. Children need a strong person, man, to guide them and show them. You know? Yes. Now, another story. This is true. My woman has a niece. Now, this child do not belong to me. Do not. So I took it upon myself to show this little girl while my woman was in the living room asleep. We had a conversation about exercise. So I took it upon myself and show her a few things with using resistant bands. You know? That's one. And when I remember so clearly when my woman and the niece and the aunt was in the living room and I was in the living room. And they was talking to her about a situation that they did not like of approval of a behavior. So, my woman came at it a little bit too strong. So I was asked to step in the conversation. So I told the niece, I said this and I said that. I said, do you know who you are in God? You know? She looked at me with a look. You know? I said, you, as a black child, as a little girl, as a woman, your job is to do, as a woman, is bring forth a nation. You know? That's why I told her. I said, do you know of Malcolm X? You know? Do you know of Elijah Muhammad? I say Elijah Muhammad's in the exact same grade as you, and look how he did wonders as he got older. Malcolm X, the teacher, I told the little girl, I said the teacher told Malcolm X, Malcolm wants to be a lawyer. And the teacher said, oh, Malcolm, surely, Malcolm, your people will not support you in being a lawyer, will not have faith in you. And my people will not hire you. You know? And killed the dream in Malcolm. And look what Malcolm became. The best teacher, the best speech, lecture, the best black man that had a knowledge about something. And I give him all respect. And I agree to Malcolm. You know? And I told her, I said, what is in you as a black child? I said, regardless what them teachers say, regardless. But at the same time, I told Denise how she's a smart little girl. She's very smart. I said at the same time with your IQ of knowledge as a black child, them teachers is talking in their the teacher's lounge about you. You know? The moment you tell, as I told you, the moment you tell that teacher what you want to do that will benefit your people, they will try to stick a needle in your head and say, oh, no. My people would never hire you, and your people would never support you and follow you. You know? I told the little girl straight up, because one of these days I'm going to become her uncle. You know? I said, you as a black child, dark skin, dominant skin, you know? And I said, you are chosen by God to bring forth a nation. My woman and the aunt was looking at me like I never heard that before. You know? Yeah. So my point is, it don't matter if you're not the biological father to that child or children. But at the same time, you still can teach to that child. You still can show that child. You still can educate that child. You know? But if some father said, don't do that to my child, that's not your child, he is ignorant. Because I want the exact same man to do that to my children. Teach my children something that I don't know. Show my children something that I don't know. You know? For real. In order to break the cycle of a generation curse of repeat is to find the source to eliminate and correct that generation. Because right now, my generation is on its way up. And the next generation right now is coming up. My children's generation, my son's generation is coming up forth. Now, my generation, we are fearless. We don't fear the white man like the last generation. My parents' generation may fear the white man, the Caucasian man, scared to death. But my generation, the millennials, we don't fear the Caucasian man. No, we don't. You know, we don't care if we live or die. We don't. How? Because we're taking our life and we're taking each other's lives. And that's a fact. We are fearless, like the minister said. This is a fearless generation. This is a warrior generation. You know? I came up, born in 1987. came up through the 90s, came up through the early 2000s and stuff. Graduated high school at the year of 2006. You know? Yeah. Men around my age bracket, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know. So, I say this. It's nothing wrong if a man that's not the biological father to teach the children that do not belong to him and show the children something that do not belong to. It's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. You know? Because when I was growing up, been raised by a single black mother, no man, none, I don't care who my mother messed with. No man never sat down with me or my brother or my sister and tell us and teach us truth about this and that and show us this. My father, I give him respect. I honor my father. I love my father. What my father only demonstrate and showed me and my brother is the art of lifting weights and training our muscles to grow. But the real truth that I'm talking about is telling me as a black child at that time when I was young and tell me that me as a black child, I am the originator. I am the cream of the earth. I am Vice Jared. You know, I am the truth. I am made in truth from the top of my head, from the sole of my feet. I am made in his image after his likeness. No man ever told me that. No man ever told me that in order to correct the black man and woman is to re-educate the black man and re-teach the black man. No man never taught me that at all. When my mother was dealing with none. No man. So I took it upon myself, you know, because I'm in the right mental state now. I don't think the same way when I used to think 10 years ago. I don't think the same way when I used to think 5 years ago. No. Ever since I opened up 2 books and do study, I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? When I open up 2 books, that is the Bible and Quran. When I open up these books and I read them and I study them, these books are life and revelation, you know, and I open it and read it. And I pray to God that I prefer his name is Jehovah. When I prayed to him and I asked him, like Solomon asked Jehovah for wisdom, not fame and fortune, he asked him for wisdom. And I always ask Jehovah for wisdom and strength. You know? So, my job is to serve and to help people. Regardless when it comes to fitness, regardless to spilling truth, regardless when it comes to encouragement, enlightenment, whatever. My job is to help people and help the children. Name one famous celebrity person is out here going to school, talking truth and telling truth and doing this for the children. Other than passing out toys, other than giving money to the education, you know. But what celebrity today is going to school, is telling these children the truth about themselves, the truth about their culture, the truth about their original religion, the truth about their original worship in God? What celebrity person is doing that? What I'm seeing is celebrities doing, these celebrities doing, famous people doing, giving money to the schools, giving toys to the school, after school program. That's cool and all, that's fine. That's alright. But telling these children what they need to know, I haven't seen one. You know? Going to schools and to our community, going to these schools and telling these children the hard truth that this man is not going to tell them at all. And that is a fact, and that is that. Drewize Topics. I am Drewize. You can post a comment about what I just said if you like to, if you like. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and farewell. Peace. What a good topic.